Here's the story of Midnight, a cat who refused to give up until his meows were heard.
When Roy and Bernetta Rogers were married, they dreamed of starting a large family. Sadly, their dream was not meant to be. Bernetta became pregnant 3 times, but every time the baby was born prematurely and died. The experience was devastating.
There's a place that you don't know will ever be filled. That love you have for a child that you could nurture and hold. And you reach a point that you know it's going to be a hole in your heart that nothing quite fills.
With so much love to give, it is a little wonder that when a stray kitten wandered into their lives, Roy and Bernetta took him in.
He was very, very affectionate, very cuddly, very demanding, wanting attention, wanting to be petted.
They named the black kitten Midnight, but instead of bad luck, this black cat brought the Rogers good fortune. Within a year of Midnight's arrival, Bernetta became pregnant again and gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Stacy.
I do believe that Stacy's birth was a miracle. I don't know that I can put into words how long we waited and how special that made her. That she was the one that was there for us, just waiting all those years.
Roy and Bernetta were extremely protective of their new daughter and always kept the baby monitor close by.
We constantly monitor her all the time there. We were determined that nothing would ever happen to the baby.
Even Midnight seemed to be standing guard.
He was always looking at her, always in the room with her.
Then at the age of 6 weeks, Stacy became seriously ill. Bernetta took her immediately to her pediatrician.
They told me that she just, it was a cold, upper respiratory type thing that was going around, and not to worry, that she would be okay.
That afternoon, after putting the baby down for a nap, Bernetta went downstairs to join her parents who were visiting from out of town. Moments later, Midnight ran into the room.
He came and he jumped in my lap and he jumped down, he jumped back in my lap. He was pretty persistent. He obviously wanted me to do something, but I really wasn't interested.
Midnight ran upstairs and suddenly Bernetta and her parents heard a terrifying sound coming from the baby monitor.
It was a screech, wail, scream, cry. It was frightening enough that I jumped out of the chair and ran upstairs.
Bernetta rushed into the nursery to find Midnight moaning and hissing into the baby monitor.
He's sort of leaning out over the bassinet, and I immediately looked at the baby, and she was gaspy, and her color was blue. I was extremely concerned because I really, at that moment in time, thought I was going to lose her.
Bernetta rushed Stacy to the hospital where the baby went into full respiratory failure. Fortunately, she'd arrived in time for doctors to save the child's life. It was only after arriving home that Bernadetta realized how Midnight's persistence had led to an amazing rescue.
This cat actually saved this baby's life for us, and there's no way we can repay him.
Today, the Rogers family lives in Kansas City, Missouri, where Stacy has grown into a very healthy 12-year-old.
Midnight is a good friend. I love him dearly because he's always been around for me.
For whatever reason, we were given certainly a second chance by the help of a cat to enjoy this child and watch her grow.